Today is another warm day, and it's, for me, I encourage myself to use the environment, but also know my limitations. And I know after a long day at work and sitting in a warm environment, my mind tends towards dullness. And to really get the most out of this time, I need to find balance. So for this meditation, we'll be focusing on the sensations of the body, but paying particular focus to the upright nature of the spine. Meditating on a cushion leads to an easier path to an upright spine if it's not, even if it's not easy to start with. But on a chair there's a different sensation, but it's the same spine. So we'll start right at the base of the spine. Try and feel the very tip of our spine. As our spine goes into our sacrum, just try and find that spot right at the bottom, not part of our sacrum, our pelvis, but just investigate, because it can often be a dull area, an area that isn't as sensitive, with as many, which is without as much awareness as, say, your fingers or your lips. So we'll just sit here, try and bring life and awareness into that bottom part of our spine. We move up to our lower backs, but we're trying to, rather than thinking of it like a flashlight, putting awareness, we're slowly illuminating the whole spine into our awareness. So now it's from the bottom all the way to our lower back. Relaxing any tensions, but also feeling the aliveness of the in-breath working with the sensation of the lower back. Now we make ourselves aware of the whole lower half of our back, our spine, making sure it's upright, keeping ourselves alert. Now we move our awareness all the way up to include the spine just level with the shoulder blades. So we notice that there's a curve one way on the lower back, and then there's a curve in the opposite direction in the mid-back. What we want is there to be an alert, upright spine with the back not excessively curved in the lower body or in the mid-back. This upright nature is quite balanced. There's less physical strain, and the energy of the body flows a lot better. The feeling of aliveness is easier with an upright spine. Feelings of metta flow throughout the body when it's alert and relaxed. And we move our attention, expand it to all of the spine from the neck to the base, from the base of the neck. So we're almost completely aware of our entire spine, but we just pay particular focus at this point because often there's a lot of tension between the shoulder blades. There can be our body pulled in one way or the other, so we'll just spend some time making sure our spine is upright but relaxed, stretched but not stiff, and balanced, so there's very little effort on the body to maintain this upright posture. It's more just mental awareness, keeping ourselves balanced without effort. We can use the breath to create balance. So if we need to invigorate our sense of self, to create energy, we use the in-breath. And if we need to calm down and relax, we use the out-breath. But if the mind is balanced and not jumping from thought to thought, and the body is balanced, without tension, we can just sit in awareness of the entire spine now. We can scan up and down. We can be aware of all of it. If there are strong unpleasant sensations, best to relax those. If there's a general sense of calm and well-being, we can expand our awareness. So aware of all of our spine, upright and alert, but relaxed. So we make sure our spine is nice and long. How that creates a calm but aware state in the mind. And we can slowly move out our sense of awareness. Firstly incorporating all the torso, and then outwards. Work at our own pace for a few minutes. As the mind relaxes, there's less effort needed to maintain balance and awareness. So it's easier to expand our awareness. If there's drowsiness, we use the in-breath. We can follow that in-breath in and feel that energizing, cool air permeate through our body into our spine, keeping our spine upright and relaxed. This feeling of aliveness might be coloured by other emotions. There might be stress or tension that's just above this feeling of aliveness, or or lurking underneath, just a subtle thing in the back of our mind. It's not necessary to push these tensions and darker thoughts away. What is more beneficial is to remain focused on the object of meditation. The enjoyable side of meditation. It may be that rather than worry and fear, the mind gravitates towards feelings of metta. And rather than get distracted with thoughts, we can keep that metta and feel how it runs throughout the body alongside this feeling of awareness. And it might feel that it's one and the same energy. But our job isn't to create out of nothing. Our job is to observe the sensations of the body as they are, yatha bhuta. If the mind wanders and we lose our awareness of the body, that's natural. Take some slightly harder breaths, focusing on the in-breath. Those 5 or so breaths, concentrating on the in-breath, can almost reset the mind and make it feel that meditation's starting all over again. And these breaks in thought are these distractions. When they inevitably happen, and hopefully we bring our minds back to the meditation, that meditation's slightly deeper, almost like we needed that break. We remind ourselves what we're doing, and we go back to a calmer, more in touch state with our bodies, a more embodied awareness. When there's sensations of heat in the body, of itchiness. It's easy to get distracted by these sensations. It's easy for the mind to rebel, the mind to create frustration, the mind to create restlessness. But if we look, we can see that there's a restlessness or a sleepiness, and we go between the two. The mind tries to pull us out of our chair by making us sleepy. After 2 minutes that doesn't work, and the mind tries restlessness. And if we were really sleepy, we wouldn't be restless 2 minutes later. If we were restless, we wouldn't go back to being sleepy. We may even find we're restless and sleepy at the same time. The mind is trying everything. But underneath those sensations and those feelings and those desires or impatience, there's still a beautiful enjoyment of the sensation of being alive. And it's possible to have awareness of the underlying nature of reality, the enjoyable nature of just sitting quietly while being frustrated or restless at the same time. But we keep that restlessness there. It's like background, enjoyable background noise, like the seagulls. We don't get rid of that background noise, but we enjoy it in the context of enjoying just being ourselves, sitting down and enjoying the sensation of being alive. So for the last 5 minutes, we'll just sit in silence and enjoy being alive, no matter the thoughts that are above those, that deep awareness and enjoyable awareness of reality as it is.